guys that came in and helped and were huge parts of this team. And it was a special group, and it really stings when you know the team was good enough to go farther.
What were the conversations and the atmosphere like in here after you guys came in?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think this team was really close. Like, this team cared about each other. They cared about the city and the Chicago Cubs, and, like, they did such a good job of representing that. And so it makes it so difficult when you lose with a special group like that, because you care for each other and you care for the team so much.
And did it feel like after those games at Wrigley, probably more so, like when you're coming back and you feel the energy and momentum going into today?
For sure. You know, we played great games at Wrigley. You know, we just came up a little short today. It was a good series. It was a good series all around. Brewers did a great job. They did a great job. They pitched it, and they did a great job at home. And that's part of home field advantage, I guess. It was. We had good battles with them all year. I think that was even on the year, right? So we had good battles with them all year. They're a great team and came up a little short.
What do you think is kind of you guys took a step forward this year and you have a young foundation
Yeah.
that should be sustainable?
Yeah, I mean, that's the expectation of the organization. The expectation of the players is to be back in the playoffs. It's really hard. It's really hard to get here. It's really hard to win playoff series against good teams. And so, you know, the fact that we expect to be here doesn't make it hurt any less when you're here and you don't get it done.
How long does it take you to step away, distill what you want?
Yeah, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. This one's going to hurt for a while. I think this group will assess and figure out. Everybody individually will go home and assess kind of their season and regroup. But, you know, this one's going to hurt.
You were part of some winning seasons at the beginning of your career here. As you look around at some of the younger players here, what does an experience like this do for you?
Yeah. I think a lot. I think, you know, for me, I can only speak to my own personal experience, but, you know, I fell in love with this city and this fan base and being a Cub because in my first year we went all the way to the CS, and it was with a group that had experienced a ton of winning, and I saw that atmosphere. I saw what those guys got to see in those playoff games at Wrigley. I knew how special it was, and I had guys, veteran guys, that told me how special it was. Said, "Hey, it's not always greener. This is a pretty special place," and I really took that to heart. And I think a lot of those guys got to experience that. A lot of those guys got to experience how special it is, and it never ceases to amaze me when veteran players who have been all over the place come here and have a full season here or parts of a season here, and at the end of a season they're saying, "Hey, this is the most fun I've ever had playing baseball. This is the most special place I've ever played baseball." I'm lucky to have only been here. I'm lucky to have worn this uniform for as long as I have, and it really is just a truly special